Hey, it's Travis with CommitToMore.com, and just really quick wanted to shoot a video about a recent book that I read. It's called Sell or Be Sold, and it's written by Grant Cardone. You probably know who Grant Cardone is. Overall, pretty good book, actually. If you can get past, Grant's personality, that's the biggest thing. Is, most people say, or a lot of people that don't like Grant just say, he's egotistical or arrogant. But, if you can get past that, which isn't hard to do, there's some really good information in this book. I'd highly recommend it. I got a lot out of it. Grant's actually a very, very intelligent man when it comes to sales and personal development. So I'd recommend this book. Before we get started with these top 10 tips, just want to say thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and I would love it if you become a subscriber of our channel. So just hit the red subscribe button below the video, and then if at any time any of this stuff resonates with you, go ahead and leave us a comment. So let's get started and just talk about the top 10 takeaways that I got from Grant Cardone's Sell or Be Sold. So number one is everyone's involved in sales, and I think this is probably pretty self-explanatory, but essentially the idea is no matter what you do in life, whether you're a business person or you're a stay-at-home mom or you're a child, everyone is involved in sales. We're all out trying to persuade people to take our point of view, right? And maybe we're trying to negotiate things, price reduction at a movie theater on popcorn or something crazy. It's just we're always out there selling, and that's a big takeaway in this book. And number two, not all commissions are monetary. Interesting idea. So he's saying life is a series of successes, right? And if you look at things as all your successes are actually commissions in life, then you'll begin to realize how everyone's involved in sales. So let's say you want to lose 20 pounds, and you lose 20 pounds. That's a commission. That's a success. Let's say you want to have a better relationship with your wife. You go to some counseling, you read some books, you get a mentor. That's a success. That's a commission. And so beginning to realize that not all commissions are monetary. Pretty good concept, actually, if we can begin to implement that in our lives. Third, think about the fact that salespeople make the world go round, and so every business in the world has to have people that sell their products or services, or else their business fails. And in the book, Grant goes into some detail about how salespeople are vital to the international economy, the global economy. Salespeople make the world go round. And if you're in sales, that's true. Your products and services get moved and they get into the hands of consumers because a lot of times you're out selling them. Next is, this next one is probably my favorite takeaway, and it's a big theme of the things that I talk about in my videos, and that is becoming a true professional in whatever it is that you do. Particularly in sales, it's the difference between the professional athlete and the amateur athlete. The professional athlete has a coach that teaches them everything that they need to do in order to succeed, and then they go out and they deliberately practice those things on a consistent basis so that they basically internalize exactly what it is they need to do when they're in a certain situation. The amateur goes out and just wings it. Maybe they're successful on average, but they're never going to be a professional. So the goal is in sales is to become a true professional at what it is you're doing. And I go into more detail in some other videos. I won't get into it too much here, but if you want to learn more about it, I'd suggest reading or listening to Grant's book. I did the audiobook. I'll include a link in the description down below that you can check it out. But yeah, be a professional. Big point. Next is, there's no shortage of money in the world. And this is interesting. So you think about on your street, all the people that live on your street. Try to estimate the salaries that those people make. You start to add these numbers up, and it's amazing how much money is out there. And then you think, well, how about in my town? What's the dollar amount? It's unbelievable the amount of money that filters through people's fingers on a daily basis. And it's our goal to just have some of that money filter through ours. And so the idea of there's more money out there than we know what to do with, pretty interesting and pretty true. It's like, he uses the analogy in the book. Imagine if you took a bucket to the ocean and got a bucket of water out of the ocean. Would anyone even notice it was gone? No, they wouldn't. And that's the equivalent of the amount of money that's out there today. And we just need to go out and find it. We need to go out and get it. Got to go out and get our money, is what he says. Who's got my money? Go out and get my money. Next is, he talks about number 6 is number 7, people knowledge. These might be out of order. I'm just kind of telling you the 10 things that I took away from the book, but it's people knowledge. People knowledge is more important than sales knowledge. It's more important than sales process. It's more important than anything. And I think in sales, a lot of times we get bogged down with thinking that we've got to perfect our script. We've got to perfect everything that is associated with us. And that's so me. What we need to do is start thinking more about the people on the other end that are receiving our message. Who's getting our cold call? That's a real life human being. That's someone who has other worries and concerns in the world. How are you working on becoming a true professional at relating to people better? That's what we really need to focus on. Yeah, knowing our scripts and everything is obviously important, but until you get this people thing down, you're not going to elevate to the true professional level. And that's just an interesting concept. Next, Grant talks a lot in the book about the number 1 rule in sales. Always agree with your client or prospect, no matter what. They may be the most ridiculous thing and may be saying the most ridiculous thing, having the most ridiculous claims ever, but you need to agree with them, because if you disagree with them, here's the thing. If you disagree with them, then your relationship with that client or prospect at that moment is focused on your disagreement. You need to dissolve any disagreement and get back on the path of closing the sale. So, for example, if the guy says, your price is too high. Yeah, I get it, man. Yeah, I know it is too high. You're right. Every client that we've ever worked with has said that, but on average, we save them 25% off of their bottom line. And that's all I'm trying to do for you today, too. So I'm just trying to figure out a way that we can get together and uncover some needs and see if we're a good fit for each other. That's it. Agree with them, and then move in, then brush it under the rug and move on and get a meeting or close the deal. So that's a big one. Always agree with your client or prospect. Next, he talks about hard sale closing. Now, this isn't what you're thinking. It's not snake oil salesman, used car salesman tactics. It's when sales get hard, are you professional enough to stay in the game, to stay in your groove? Because not all the time are you going to be working with people who are agreeable. You're going to be working with some pretty difficult people at times. I shot another video a while back about how to deal with difficult people. And really what you want to do is you want to practice and rehearse being in these situations with challenging people so that you can stay the course. You can stay in your game. You can still close a sale when times get tough, because a lot of times what happens is the amateur isn't prepared for those situations. He knows they're coming, but he doesn't practice and know what to say and how to uncover a need and then bat away that disagreement and turn it back into a positive for him. He either defends himself or he gets silent and doesn't know what to say, or he gets mad, Terrible. So a hard sale close is someone who has gotten really good at staying in the sale even when times get tough, even when times get hard, even when people get emotional or upset. It's up to you to stay in the process and in the game and bring that thing back on path and get a deal done. Next, he talks about taking massive action, and that's huge too. We talk about that a lot on this channel, is just figuring out what it is you need to do in life. First of all, get a coach who has a proven success model that, get in that system every day, just start doing it, work in the system. And then once you get that figured out, it's time to 10x that system and just explode your results. Just take massive action on those things. So maybe it's, hey, I need to make 20 cold calls a week in order to be successful. Well, now I got to make 200 cold calls a week in order to be successful. And, there's ways to do that. We talk a lot about cold calling and prospecting on the channel. If you want to learn more about that, just search out some of our other videos on cold calling. But yeah, 10x your actions, take massive action, and that's how you're going to be, how you're really going to elevate from amateur level to professional level. And then finally, the last point is you want to drill, practice, rehearse, and script. So figure out what are the major objections that you're going to face from your prospect or client. figure out what are the situations that you're going to be in on a regular basis or from time to time with your client. There's probably only 10 of them, and you need to list them out and then practice being in those situations with someone, a coworker, a friend, a mentor, whoever it is, your wife, your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, whatever it is. Practice being in that situation so that when those scenarios do come up, you're not wondering what the heck I'm supposed to do. So practice, drill, rehearse, takes you from amateur to professional. Anyway, those are the top 10 takeaways that I got from Grant's book, Sell or Be Sold. Really good book. I'd highly recommend it. I've listened to it a couple of times now on Audible. And like I said, I'll leave a link in the description below. But I would say if you're in sales or want to be in sales or are curious about sales, this is really a good book to read, and it'll motivate you. It'll give you ideas on how you can improve the area sales strategies and areas within your sales business, but also it's applicable to other areas of your life. So it's one that I'm going to keep in my library and read. Again, like I said, I got it on Audible, but you can certainly get the hardback paperback version as well. So anyway, that's a quick review on the book. Hope you've enjoyed it, and go ahead and again, hope you can subscribe and become a subscriber to our channel, become part of the community, and as soon as we release new videos, which we do on a weekly basis, you'll be updated on those. So thanks again for taking the time to watch the video, and we'll talk with you again real soon. Thanks.